women's football is a spectacle full of talent, passion, and unforgettable moments. Over the years, players have left plays that overflow creativity, skill, and above all, fun. From impossible tricks to spectacular goals, women's football has that magic that makes us vibrate and laugh. In this compilation, we have gathered some of the most fun and surprising plays of women's soccer. Get ready to enjoy pure entertainment and remember why this sport makes us fall in love. Finland and Scotland played a decisive clash in the last seconds. A rival error found Amanda Rantanen in the perfect place, but not in the most conventional way. The ball bouncing off his face ended up inside the arc. This unexpected goal not only took Finland to the top of the group, but it unleashed tears of emotion in Amanda. A gesture that reflected how much this achievement meant to her and her team. That same tournament witnessed the consolidation of the Finnish team, which after dominating the remaining 3 matches and its history by qualifying for the European Championship for the first time, was an achievement that resonated in every corner of Finland, marking a milestone in women's football country. In another match, the Australian team experienced a moment that broke with all formality of sport. The goalkeeper, apparently in need of hydration, received peculiar help from Lisa Devana, who, with camaraderie, turned the situation into a humorous moment that brought smiles from both her teammates and the fans. Finally, in a scene that seems straight out of a comedy of errors, the Spanish national team forward faced a shot at an empty goal after a mistake by the rival goalkeeper. But as if the elements were conspiring against her, the ball deflected and flew over the crossbar. Upon analyzing the play, a puddle in the area revealed its mysterious role in this unexpected outcome, leaving everyone wondering if nature had become an unexpected player. In an intense clash between Ukraine and Northern Ireland, tempers exploded in the 87th minute. A Ukrainian footballer, apparently consumed by frustration, made a decision that left everyone perplexed. Instead of a calm pass to the goalkeeper, he chose to deliberately impact against a rival. The direct red card was not long in coming, leaving the team with 1 player less and a tense atmosphere in the stadium. Recalling moments that left their mark on defensive errors, Arsenal had their equivalent in women's football in 2020. Morris, with an inexplicable distraction, let the ball slide between his legs, handing it on a tray to the Georgian Stolo boy. Confusion reigned as the goalkeeper and her teammates tried to react, but fate had already dictated an own goal, marking a start no one wanted for their team. On the other hand, in a gesture that transcends sport, a match between Arab teams gave us a moment for reflection. During an aerial dispute, a player's hijab moved, leaving her hair exposed in an act of solidarity and respect. The rivals formed a protective circle, allowing him to adjust his garment without interruptions or prying eyes. The applause resonated, highlighting that in football, there is room for humanity and respect. Meanwhile, in a situation that could belong to the most curious archives in football, Gilroth, during a match between the Netherlands and another team, was trapped, literally with her opponent's cleats. The scene, although strange, unleashed laughter and confusion in the stands. Both players, with patience and some clumsiness, managed to escape without external help, leaving an anecdote that lightened the atmosphere. In the Women's Champions League final, Barcelona and Chelsea gave a show worth remembering, although the start did not favor the English women. In a matter of seconds, a chaotic ball bounced off the crossbar and in a tangle of confusion ended up inside the Chelsea goal. It was the first minute and the score was already against. Barca had taken command with overwhelming clarity that conditioned the rest of the match. Finally, in a turn of misfortune, a goalkeeper, in her attempt to clear the ball, made a mistake that left everyone speechless. The ball, instead of going away, flew towards her own goal, coming dangerously close in 1-second clearance attempt. The player sent the ball into her team's net. These types of mistakes, although unfortunate, are proof that football is full of surprises and drama in every play. In a display of cunning that left the audience speechless, a player on the team, Now's County, demonstrated that in football, smart strategies are as lethal as an accurate shot. Taking advantage of a set-piece play, he completely confused the Arsenal defenses and with a precise shot, sent the ball into the back of the net, an execution so masterful that it could have made the best exponents of men's soccer blush. Meanwhile, comedy took over the field during an intervention by the medical corps in a clumsy attempt to assist an injured player. One of the members, perhaps too enthusiastic, ended up sitting on the soccer player on the stretcher. The scene, amplified by the incredulous expressions of the teammates and a complicit look that elicited laughter, remained one of those moments that make football something more than a sport. The drama was not left alone on the turf during a Chelsea match. A fan decided to be part of the show and ran onto the field shouting not exactly elegant phrases. What followed was a spontaneous act of football justice. A Chelsea player, tired of disruptive behavior, pushed the intruder out of the way. Although the stewards removed the fan, the player did not escape the referee's gaze, who showed him a yellow card for his impulsive action in a chapter that mixed absurdity with frustration. Barcelona faced Entra in a Women's Champions League match. 3 Lithuanian players had the golden opportunity to score in front of an empty goal, but fortune turned their back on them. They tripped over each other, letting what seemed like a guaranteed goal slip away. To top off the sporting tragedy, not only did they miss the opportunity, but their team ended up scoring 6 goals in their own goal. A performance that left everyone wondering if fate had completely abandoned the Lithuanians. During the quarterfinals of the Women's World Cup between England and Cameroon, a Cameroonian defender generated controversy by spitting at an English player. Although he tried to point out the unsportsmanlike gesture to the referee, he did not get any response, being forced to clean his shirt and move on. Meanwhile, unusual tactics can also change the course of a match. An Arsenal footballer starred in an episode where she took too long adjusting her laces and drying the ball, which cost her a yellow card. These types of details show how even small actions can alter the flow of the game. Even clear opportunities can surprise. A ball that bounced off the post during a free throw was right in front of a player with an empty goal, but incredibly missed her shot. Her opponent, equally bewildered, could not hide her surprise at the improbable failure. In another unusual episode in which a player, due to a congenital physical condition that deprived him of forearms, was pointed out by an apparent hand in the area. Despite his attempts to explain the impossibility of the act, the referee stood firm and awarded a free kick, highlighting once again the strength and inspiration that this American soccer player represents. Likewise, emotions usually reach their highest point in matches like those starring Arsenal's Mackie. Their bravery in the face of an aggressive rival, which resulted in shoves and yellow cards for both, showed how quickly tensions can escalate in a match. This passionate atmosphere was echoed in other equally chaotic episodes, such as the misunderstanding between Paulina Lapipa and Barbara Zuteca. In the Women's Champions League, their lack of coordination resulted in an absurd goal that left the coach baffled and looking for explanations. The drama of football does not stop there, as was demonstrated when Alexander Pope fired a shot that hit the crossbar hard in an unexpected turn. A rival in an attempt to quickly return the ball to the goalkeeper. He committed an involuntary hand, causing a penalty that Alexandra calmly executed, adding to the spectacle of the match between England and Mexico. Meanwhile, individual mistakes also feature prominently. Helen White, English goalkeeper, starred in an unforgettable moment when, after a foul, a rival rose above her and with a heel kick sent the ball into the back of the net. What if personal mistakes make them sigh? Fortuitous situations like the one experienced by Van der Sande of Wolfsburg had a tragicomic touch when trying to prevent the ball from crossing. The sideline ended up accidentally injuring himself stepping on the spikes of his own shoe. Own goals also play their part in this narrative, like Wendy Renard's, who in a center from the band saw how the ball ended up in his own goal after a lack of communication with his goalkeeper. This unforgettable moment in the match between Barcelona and Hoffenheim showed that even the most experienced players can be victims of uncertainty. We cannot forget other episodes marked by the inexplicable. As in the match between Manchester City and Birmingham, a series of rebounds and a shot over the crossbar culminated in the ball entering the goal unexpectedly. Later, an attempt by the goalkeeper to avoid a corner resulted in a direct pass at the feet of a rival, who didn't waste the opportunity to score. The London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea was full of intensity. A ball thrown hard hit directly on the face of a blue team player. Despite the impact, her courage shone as she continued the game after receiving medical attention. These moments, woven by the passion that surrounds football, reflect that each play has a story to tell and an emotion to transmit. After a free kick executed with great skill, the ball hit the post, and what seemed like an opportunity for recovery was in play. It quickly turned into an unexpected moment when a rival player, in an unfortunate attempt to clear, ended up scoring an own goal that shocked the German coach. This episode set the stage for another mistake that marked the game. The goalkeeper, attempting a recovery pass, handed the ball directly to an English player, who scored with a precise header. He sent the ball into the back of the net. The intensity of the games escalated when a high ball became the center of a fierce dispute between two players. One tried to control him with her foot, while the other tried to reach him with her head. But the confrontation culminated in a painful blow that hit the heel of one of them. The game was momentarily stopped so that doctors could treat the injured player. Leaving a pause full of tension and expectation, this atmosphere of high competition was also reflected in the London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea, where a lateral pass towards the goalkeeper was executed with such force that the goalkeeper did not have time to react, resulting in another own goal that added more pressure to the team. As if that were not enough, a poorly executed corner gave rise to a comical and unusual moment. A piece of grass near the corner flag came off, and the footballer, in an attempt to repair the damage, ended up affecting the accuracy of her play. The action continued with a pass from the edge of the penalty area that, in theory, should be controlled by the goalkeeper. However, the rival player intercepted the ball and, with great agility and precision, directed it directly into the center of the goal, leaving the opposing team without the ability to respond to culminate with a last turn. In this whirlwind of events, a player, after receiving the ball in an ideal attacking position, executed a shot so powerful that she ended up off the field, almost as if the ball had decided to take its own course. This mistake left his team without a clear goal opportunity, adding to the end full of frustration and astonishment. And so we reach the end of this exciting tour of the most curious, unexpected, and fun plays in women's soccer. But this is where you come into the game too. Tell us in the comments what was the play that surprised you the most or made you laugh. Are there any others you think we should collect? We would love to read your suggestions. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and share it with other football lovers so they can also enjoy these unique moments. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so as not to miss our next content, full of surprises, excitement, and more spectacular plays. And speaking of surprises, don't miss the following video that will appear on the screen in a few seconds. We assure you that it is full of action and fun that you won't want to stop watching. I'll see you there.